Hello everyone. In this video, we will understand arrays in Java. What are they and why do we use them? In the first lesson, we will try to acquire a conceptual understanding of arrays in Java. So let's begin. What is an array? Now, just to get an idea, a definition for it, we can say that an array is a collection of elements of same data type stored together. Now the words I have underlined here, they are very important because they give you the essence of what an array is. It's a collection. It means it's a group of something. And one feature of that data, those elements, is that they have the same data type, and another feature is that they all are stored together. Okay, in these pictures you can see that all the items in every picture, they are of the same type and they are being stored together. The eggs, they are of the same type, they all are eggs and they are stored together one by one in a carton. Then we have some crayons, they all are crayons and they are stored together, and same for the books, they all are books and they are stored together one by one. Okay, so this is an array. Okay, it's a very general meaning of what an array is, and we will keep the same meaning in programming also. Okay, but why do we need arrays in programming? Okay, let's see that. So before answering this question, like why do we need arrays, we first need to answer one other question, and that is, how do you store anything in the computer's memory through your program? Okay, so when you must have written some programs by now, because if you are clicking on this video to understand arrays, it means you have worked with other features of the Java language. Okay, so how do you store anything in the computer's memory? The answer is variables. Okay, you create variables, that is a name of a memory location in the computer, and then you store some value, some data inside that variable. For example, here we have created a variable called first number. It's of type integer and the value it is storing inside it is 10. Same, we have my name variable. It is of type string and you are storing a name Taylor into that variable. So this is how you store something in the computer's memory through your program. Okay, now let's think of a scenario. Okay, what if I ask you to store names of your 10 friends into the memory? What will you do? Think about it. You know how to store something in the memory, and now you are being asked to store 10 names into the memory. So the first thought, if you have not studied arrays, the first thought that comes to your mind is to create 10 variables and store each of their names, your friends' names, in them. Okay, this is how you will do that. String is the data type, friend1 is the variable name, and the name of the first friend is, suppose, James. Okay, you store your first friend's name, then you do same for the second one, for the third one, and like this you store the last friend's names, and it is whatever. Like by this time you are exhausted, like you have created so many variables. Okay, you are tired now, so you don't care anymore. So this is a solution. Okay, but is this the best solution? Let's see. Now I ask you to print all of their names. What you will do, you will use the print statement, which is system.out.println, and one by one you print all those 10 names on the screen. This is a very tedious process. First you will create 10 variables, then you will print those 10 variables, and there is no way to make a relationship between those variables. So this whole process using variables is very tiring and it seems stupid. Okay, and you are also taking up multiple lines of your program. Okay, so you are increasing the length of your program. So the solution to this problem is an array. Okay, because if you use an array in your program, here's what you get. You can store as many items you want. There is no limit. If you want to store 100, you can do that. 1000, yes, you can. Second, they will be sequentially stored together in the memory. I've got the spelling wrong, sequentially. Ignore that. So all the data that you have stored in an array, it will be stored together sequentially in the computer's memory. Again, memory's spelling is wrong. What I was thinking. Ignore it again. Okay. Third, you don't have to create hundreds of variables. See, when we had 10 friends, 10 number of items, we thought of creating 10 variables. What if I give you 100 things to store? Will you create 100 variables? No, because if you even try to do it, you will run out of the names you are going to give those variables. Okay. And last, if you want to print those 100 variables, you only need to write one print statement. You don't have to write 10 print statements. You can use only one and you can print all the elements on the screen. Okay, so let's see. This is how you will visualize an array in your mind. So whenever you are working with an array in programming, this is how you will think about it in your mind. Okay, so let's see. First of all, think of arrays as boxes put together one by one. Okay, and these boxes, they have some numbers assigned to them, and the first number starts with 0, and these are called indexes, position of that element inside the array. The first is 0, then we have 1, then we have 2, then we have 3, and then we have 4. So for 5 elements, the last position will be 4 because you are starting with 0. Okay, you can see the name of the array, my marks. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 are the positions, the indices, and the numbers I have written inside the boxes, that's the actual data, actual values that are being stored at that particular position, at that particular index inside the array. Okay, one more thing you have to remember is that every element in an array has an address in the computer's memory, and these addresses are contiguous. It means that they are stored sequentially one by one. Okay, contiguous, we mean that the elements of the array, they are stored together one by one in the computer's memory. Okay, and the computer's memory, it looks something like this. Okay, it's a grid like structure. In your mind, you can think of the computer's memory like a grid, and when you create an array like this is from our example here. These are the indices. These are the 5 elements in our array. This is the name of our array. Okay, and this is a small part of the computer's memory. Okay, now how is the memory assigned? How are the addresses assigned to each element? Okay, so just imagine that in this block of memory, only this, and this, these 5 cells of memory are empty. All the other cells, these, everything, they have something inside them. They are not free, and only these 5 contiguous blocks of memory are available. So what does the compiler do? The compiler, when you tell it to create an array of 5 elements, it looks for 5 memory blocks which are together like this. Okay, so when it finds that okay, these 5 memory blocks, they are empty, they are free, it assigns those blocks to our array, and every block has an address. Suppose here the address is 100, so the next block, it will have the address 101, 102, something like this. The point is they are sequential. Okay, so 103, 104. So this part of the computer's memory which was available was assigned to our array. So the first element of our array, it will get the address 100, 101 for the second one, then 102, 103, and 104. Okay, so I hope you understood everything that I taught in this video. In the next lesson, we'll see how to implement an array in Java programming language. Thank you.